Welcome to the Crystal Earth Podcast, brought to you by the Crystal Earth Gallery, your mineral and bead emporium. I'm your host, Nick Sconia, and each week we're going to dive deep into the fascinating world of gemstones. From their physical properties to their metaphysical powers, we're going to explore what makes each stone unique. Plus, we'll occasionally be joined by special guests who share their expert insights, their offerings as well. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, there's something here for everyone. Let's discover the wonders and treasures of the earth. And welcome to the Crystal Earth Podcast, brought to you by the Crystal Earth Gallery. And today we're doing amber vision. We're going to be doing a video with some in-depth look into some amber specimens that have inclusions. Now, these aren't sorted. I precursorily went through and added some prices to these without knowing exactly what is in the stone or the fossil, as it were. And amber is a fossil. It's a tree resin from, for this is, we're going to be going over Colombian amber. So location matters with amber. And Colombian amber is considered to be young at 10 to 30 million years old, in that kind of range. And there's lots of bugs and inclusions in the amber. The color is typically light, as you'll see in the video coming up. And this isn't something that I'm pre-videoing. This is something I'm doing live. I got a new toy, a microscope with a video camera. So we're going to dive into amber and look at the different inclusions inside the stone. Now, this is not part of the Crystal Chronicles on me going over all the in-depth details on amber. This is going to be a different series called Amber Vision, and where we go through different pieces and help me sort out some of the amber. I have tons and tons of this material, and I don't know what's inside, and I want to look. And I'd love to share the vision inside the amber with you. So if you're into this, if you like rocks, you like talking about crystals, you like gemstones, fossils, amber, please subscribe to the video. Help us get to our first 100 followers. That's our initial goal. After that, we're going to shoot for 500. Come along with. Let's bring crystals up to the top in the algorithm. So any likes, shares, and of course subscribes that you can lend us, that would be wonderful. And I do ask that if you have a piece of amber that you'd like to share, feel free to post a picture of the amber to the community for Crystal Earth Podcast on YouTube, as well as comment in the section below the video on your favorite stone. We always like to hear what your favorite stone is, and we may highlight it in a future video. So we will be continuing with the Crystal Chronicles, and the next stone is amber, but I wanted to get in depth with some visuals on what's inside amber, what's going on in there, and what these bugs look like. What are the bugs? Now, some of them are going to be extinct, and some of them are going to be very familiar, like mosquitoes. There's a lot of different kinds, and most of them I don't know the names of them. So if you have answers, I'll be asking for them through the videos. If you have an answer for that, please put it in the comments. I have these coded 1 through 10. So we're going to go over 10 stones with the video to look to see what's inside. And then if you know what it is, you can just put in the little code number AV1, AV2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so without further ado, let me pop up this video, this first stone that we're going to be looking at here. Make sure that this is as big as we can get it. The first one is going to be a $5 specimen. And we see that it has some form of insect in there. A lot of the $5 pieces that I list are more plain. They do not have insects inside. So here we got a little lucky on this piece. There's some kind of, looks like maybe a long leg or a stem here, and then an insect right here. Very nice piece, very clear. You can see that yellow tinge. That's the color of this piece here. And typically when I take pictures of the items, I will backlight them so that you can see through the stone really well. So the pictures will be backlit. Now this is side lit, so it's not quite as defined and brilliant, but the focus range is really nice in this. So here we have some form, some insect. I'm not really sure what it is. Maybe you know. If you do, feel free to comment. Looks like it could be an ant of some sort. Very interesting piece. This is AV1. This is a $5 specimen. And again, these all come out of Colombia. And how do we use amber? Now, these pieces work really well as they're jewelry sized, lots of pendant sized pieces here for making jewelry. Here is number 2. This is a $10 piece. Let's see what we have. Definitely a bug. There's a nice mosquito there. Isn't this focal range on this just fantastic? There's another one right there. Now, what do you think that is there? It looks like a mosquito to me as well. I don't see the wings. What do you see? AV2. AV2. There's a little bug there. Almost definitely a mosquito there. Something here on the end, on the tip. That bug there. Maybe that's an ant. Let's see if we can find out what this is on the end here. Now with a lot of these, the way that they're polished and they're so clear, you get a optical range with these that depends on which side is flipped over. So now here's what I would consider to be the back side, or vision through the back side. And you can see it a little better, but can't quite make it out. A lot of them, when they get towards the end, they're getting towards the zone where it gets distorted visually. So it all depends on the angle. It's probably another mosquito, but can't tell. Could be a tick of some sort or a flea. You get those as well. So that was AV2. Let's see what we have here. This is a $20 specimen. Now you see the 5 and 10, really nice pieces. Really nice specimens with inclusions. This is a $20 piece. Let's see what that difference is here. We have a lot of matter inside. A lot of inclusion. There's a really nice mosquito, I believe. Just jumping around. Oh yeah, there we go. Very nice inclusion. Some nice dark cognac color there. You have your really good, I guess that's a mosquito there. This might be the piece with the 2 insects on top of each other, the ant and the mosquito. And then I guess that's 2 mosquitoes as well. If you think it's something different, feel free to comment. This would be AV3. This is the other side now. You get to look at it from a different perspective. It's hard to tell, but there does seem to be a lot of legs there. So that maybe is a combo of 2 different insects. Now I'm going to just zoom in on this. AV3, $20 piece. Let's just see what we have if I get really close, right? Because that is the fun part of these magnifiers, is I can get right up in there. You can really just define those legs, right? Look at that. That is definitely mosquito. But this does look like the one with 2 bugs. So let's just see. Flip it over. Have a look from this side. It's a little more hazy. What do we see there, folks? Do we see a mosquito and an ant? It looks like the ant head here on the bottom. I think I could circle that, right? This looks like the ant head here. And then this looks like the mosquito, but I could be wrong. Feel free to comment and let me know. And if this is something that you're into, please subscribe. Share the video with your friends, those that love rocks and crystals. They might be into it as well. Get the conversation started about rocks with your friends. That was AV3. This is AV4. AV4 is $15, and let's see what's going on inside of this one. They're all so unique and different. You just never know what you're going to get. This would be AV4. Some wings. I'm pretty darn close to it, so I might have to zoom back out and see where we can go from a more grand perspective above. Now, a lot of these pieces are going to be about an inch or under. Yeah, there's wings coming from this side. This side seems to be optically difficult, so we'll go this side here. Yeah, and then there's right here on where it's polished on this side, which is a fairly flat side. This is more the bottom, or the side that would be underneath in a ring or something like that. The body or some of the insect is actually at the point where it was polished. So you get these cavities, areas where it's the insect touches the edge. And then you get these really beautiful wings. Absolutely beautiful wings. And this is Colombian amber. From my understanding, this material was discovered in Colombia due to a rock slide that exposed this area and exposed this ancient forest that had this type of tree that would petrify. The sap would basically flow out of the tree and then petrify over time and turn into this beautiful amber. My understanding is it was a deciduous. It was a tree that would lose its leaves, but was a pine tree. So, I don't know. Anybody have any answers on that? Feel free to comment. I'm all ears. Love to learn more. This one is a $15 piece. It has a teardrop shape, and its appearance is, I'm getting all the shine on the side because this is a little bit more of a thick piece. The appearance is of this really dark red area going through, which is clearly it could be plant matter, it could be a twig or a branch, part of a pine tree, or it could be an insect part. It's hard to tell. I'm not seeing any insects per se in here, aside from this massive red inclusion that goes across bar to bar, and some other little bits and pieces. Now, these could be something. They don't appear to be insects. They very well could be some form of insect that I'm not aware of. Looks like tree matter to me. So I'll flip it just to see from this perspective what, if anything, we can see that would be different. but it looks almost bug-free, but not inclusion-free. It's a very nice piece. So that would be AV5. And if you have any ideas or thoughts on what that middle bar of red was, feel free to comment. It's an $8 piece. Now, what do you get with $8? Oh my gosh. $8 specimen of fossil amber. Okay, we have some bugs. We've got bugs, folks. We've got the mosquito and something on here. This would be AV6. Any thoughts on what is in this piece? It looks like a mosquito on the right. And then on the left, I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it's an ant. This is an $8 piece. I love that. I always tell people when they ask, I say, you know, what's beautiful and wonderful about these specimens is you don't actually really pay extra for the bugs, unless they're amazing bugs, in which case you're going to pay extra. But you'll get bugs without the price tag. Really nice piece here. So you got a lot of inclusions. You've got two really well-defined bugs on the edge here with this. It's probably a bug leg, a really long bug leg. Could be one of those mosquito eaters if they existed back then. You do get a lot of extinct bugs that seem to look like one thing, but it's hard to tell because it's not exactly right. I've heard tale of ticks with wings. So that's never a fun bug, is it? Flying ticks. It's a very nice piece for $8. AV6. And if that's interesting to you, you like that piece, if you'd like it, feel free to message me through the website, crystalearthgallery.com. Use the code of your interest, and we will get this out to you. Here is, this is a $20 piece. $20 piece of Colombian amber. This has got a plethora of fun things to look at. Oh yes, lots of bugs, all sorts of bugs. Any guesses? Any guesses on what we see here? This is a great piece, AV7. AV7, Colombian amber. There's a really interesting piece. This is the kind of specimen I want to zoom in on real good and just kind of take my time with. AV7. Flipped it over just because I want to get to look at this one spot real well. So I'm going to drop the microscope down. Have a look. See what we can see here. Bring it way down. Look at that. And even the definition of the antenna on the mosquito at the top, just a little beading on the antenna is just amazing. That, I think that is, that center piece there is plant matter. I don't think it's an insect. I think it's some form of plant. If you have an idea or know, feel free to comment. Would love to know what that is. There's some other bugs in here. My guess there, I'm not really sure. It looks like a mosquito. I mean, don't they all look like mosquitoes after a while? Yeah, they start to. Here's maybe a fly. I don't know. What do you think that one is? That one there is definitely got some 3 sections. Kind of looks like a flying ant. Not really sure. What do you think that is? That is very interesting. I believe this stringy part that's going off is not part of this. That's something different. Very interesting piece. Lots going on here. Lots of insects. Chock full. This is what, 3? This is number 7. AV7. It's a $20 piece. Lots of bugs. Really nice specimen. Here's something else. Okay. No idea. What do you think that one is there? Almost looks like a form of a beetle. And these are preserved in time. Oh my goodness, look at that. Wow. That's a screenshot there, folks. That is amazing. Zoom out, get the full perspective on that piece. That is a beautiful, beautiful insect. Trapped forever in time. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure what that is. So if you have any ideas, feel free to comment. I would love to know what that bug is. That is amazing, isn't it? There's a way I can get get myself a little picture. There we go. Wow, that's a wild piece. Anything else in this single specimen? Look at how many bugs are in here. Yeah, this very interesting, possibly a flying ant. Lots of bug parts. This mosquito eater, maybe. I don't have a lot of original ideas on these insects, so I'd feel free to put them in there. The genus name is fine. We'll figure it out. This piece has a lot going on. And this is the one side. And then that. What is going on there? That is number 7. AV7. Amber Vision 7. If that helps you remember. Okay, AV8. This is a $25 piece. I don't know how you're going to beat that $20 piece. AV7 is just, it had everything. What a piece. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, it's big. Whatever it is, it's big. We'll zoom out. We've got another bugs there in the corner. Fracture lines on another bug. And some others. More insects, more insects, more insects, please. Okay, this is AV8. And this one is $25. And I'm going to flip it. So I just want to see from the other optical range here what that is. I can't tell. Any ideas what that might be? Very nice bugs there. Got some insects going on in the corner there. And when you flip it over, you get a completely different view because of the way the convex concave kind of effect happens with this. There we go. You got this little guy. And one hiding under this fracture. And then this big piece is just quite the mystery. You could almost see it better when it was zoomed in. Almost. This would be one that needs to be kind of examined from multiple angles instead of just the front and the back. And highlighted with backlighting just to really get it the best possible view. I don't know what it is. Maybe you have an idea. I can't quite tell what's going on there. This is AV8. So if you have any ideas what this is, comment. You think AV8 is? What is that big mass in there? I'm not sure. Okay, AV8, and that is a $25 piece. It's Colombian amber that we're looking at here. And please, again, subscribe and help us get to our first 100 followers. We're on our way up. With your help, we can make it happen. This is AV9, and it is, it says it's $25, so we'll see what's in this one. For $25. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff in here. Okay. Let's see what we have. And again, any ideas, any thoughts, what you see, feel free to comment what you think is going on in here. There's a big something. Again, we're with this big mass with legs on it. It's hard to tell what exactly it is. Okay. All right, I'm going to flip it over and see if we get a better view on that big piece. Big insect does not appear to have helped us. It seems to have hooked legs. Got some really nice bugs in there on this side. So a lot of these disc fractures are happening around the insects, and it's just because of that cavity. And then, of course, over time and pressure and probably a measure of heat, you're getting these fractures. And sometimes they'll have water in them. I have just a couple pieces with water inside that are pretty amazing. Sometimes these fractures will have water. It's fairly rare to find water moving, and I'm probably not going to see much of that from using it like this, but these are really interesting insects here too. Not sure what we see. Maybe that's a termite, perhaps. That red bodied thing here. Maybe that's a termite. Not really sure. Lots of mosquitoes, as you've found. There's a ton of mosquitoes in these. AV9, I believe we're already at 9. Gosh, I feel like we should go a little further. But we'll probably end it at AV10. It's a $35 piece that I decide now. Okay, so look at those legs there. Maybe it's a fly, a big fly. If you have any ideas, feel free to comment. It has some form of hooked leg, and I don't know that it has wings. I think these wings belong to that mosquito there, or that whatever there. I'm not really sure what this is, but based on those legs, I should be able to look that up. And if I look it up, I might get really confused because I'll find a whole bunch of different insects that have that type of two-pronged leg, little grabbers on the leg. If you know, feel free to comment. AV9. Zoomed in. Get something else here, and you can see it's right on the polished line, so you have a little bit of that opening there. The legs look pretty neat. And we have this here, which I wanted to see if I can get it better. Looks like a mosquito to me. Lots and lots of great bugs. Just the way we want them, frozen forever in time. Not buzzing around our head. Look at that. That is just amazing. Bug parts. So my understanding is that the sap would flow out and just capture things. That was part of how the tree just was. It just oozed sap, and it captured things along its way, which would be tree parts and bugs and all manner of things. And flow and flow and flow, and you'd get layer and layer and layer. Got a lot of pieces that have layer lines in it, and then a lot that don't. So it just depends on, I guess, where the amber is being pulled from. What a piece. All right, that was AV9. AV10 here. This is a larger piece, pendant size. I should have its size for you here, just because it is a how much did I say this one was? 35. This one's measuring out at 1.6 inches on the length, and just under 1 inch at the width, and the depth is going to be around a quarter inch to third of an inch. Okay, this is, well, I'm zoomed in right now, so we'll zoom out after I've done a little bit of scanning this way. Really nice. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Amber with inclusions. That's a nice fern there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, look at that. Woo! Another screen grab for y'all. What is it? What are we looking at here? Is this another mosquito? It kind of looks like, I'm not really sure. Kind of looks like a mosquito. It's a rather big one. You look at the legs, and you have these different sections in the legs. Is that common? You have hairs, almost like a fly. It's a really great piece. Yeah. Is this a caterpillar? Or is this tree stuff? A lot of bugs. A lot of really interesting things in here. I think that's little parts of a plant, basically. There's another piece here. Oh yeah, that's amazing. Look at that. That is a wonderful, wonderful. Look at its top leg. Wow, that's just wild. Spiraled in. Is that a mosquito? Is that a flying ant? What do you think that is? This is AV10. $35 specimen of Colombian amber. This is a fossil, not necessarily what we call a stone, so to speak, but a fossil. It's an organic material that has petrified. Yeah, this is a pretty nice piece. It's got a lot of really interesting inclusions. Let's say 3 really good visual bugs in it, which is really nice. There being one of them. That is just phenomenal. Amber is absolutely one of my gemstone loves, and I'm calling it gemstone. But it's definitely one of my my loves in the mineral kingdom. Can I call it a mineral if it's a sap? No, I don't think I can. Look at that. The beating on the antenna. Wild. Is that a mosquito? I don't know that is a mosquito. Do they have a stinger on their abdomen? Do they have a sucker on the front? I mean, that is really interesting bug, but I can't say that it's for sure a mosquito. If you know, please feel free to comment. Is that a little ant there? So AV10. Oh, ooh, excuse me. Got your little sneeze there at the end. AV10. Now let's get a bigger perspective on this. Now this looks a little further out. Wow. All the way zoomed out. That is a very prominent insect in the piece. Probably measures in the 6mm zone, maybe 8 with the legs. Teardrop shaped, or a soft triangle, long triangle at the top here. Really nice piece. Lots going on. AV10. If you have any idea what any of these bugs are, feel free to give a comment below. I'm all ears. This will only be on YouTube because it is a very visual and there's not a lot of talking going on. So this won't be a Spotify video, but I do have a Spotify for the regular show that also it has video, but it also involves more talking. Whereas with this is all very exploratory and visual, not something really suitable for for radio, let's say. So I'm being kind to that audience by not posting this there. This is going to be YouTube social media only. AV10. This is the creme de la creme of the piece for this show. And maybe I'll do that every one of these Amber Visions, as I will post a headpiece at the end or something like that. Sound good? There's a lot of pieces with spiders. I think those would make really great ending pieces to look at. AV10, 35 bucks. And that is our show for today. I do thank you for joining and sharing the time and the space with me in exploring these pieces and getting to investigate inside of the amber pieces, which I have not been able to do. So really enjoy the conversation myself, to have the conversation with someone. And so I'm enjoying sharing this with all of you as well. And I hope that you had a good time at this viewing for Amber Vision. And I will be doing more of these. I have a little over 1,000 pieces, so there'll be plenty more of these shows where I kind of go through. I'll try to pepper them so that we're not overwhelmed, but they will be going out on social media and most specifically onto YouTube here. Please feel free to subscribe to the show, get us on our route and on our way up, because we are looking to get this topic to the top in the algorithm, and it would be a tricky time to get crystals, rocks, gems, and minerals up, as it were. So help us and join us as we climb the ladder. We're looking to get to our first 100 followers. We are currently down in the teens, but with only very few videos so far. So as we work our way through the different gemstones, amber, amazonite, amethyst, arfedzenite, astrophyllite, apophyllite, we're going to be hitting all these A's, and we're going to be going through them, what they're all about, what their scientific makeup is, their chemical makeup, and their scientific growth and how they grow, that kind of approach, as well as the metaphysical, the physical and the metaphysical. So we want to go over both aspects so you can be very informed about a stone, you can see what it looks like, and you can work with the stone the way that you're best suited to. Whether you're just a collector and want to, learn more about the stone from the different perspectives, or whether you're somebody that works with stones energetically and you want to know a little bit more about what makes the personality behind a stone, which is usually, in my understanding, it's that physical perspective, that attributes that it exposes itself, and that tells us a lot about the stone and how it purports to work with us. So if this is something you're into and you're interested, really happy that you joined us today. Until next time, my friends, we'll see you again, and be well.